wanted to talk about is web listings and why we believe that web listings is more important and makes more sense than ever before. Hopefully, most of you are familiar with web listings. We've talked about it at various events and at the conference. I think if I give you a quick pitch, though, it'll make sure that everybody's on the same page. So I'll give you the 30-second pitch. Many of you remember a thing called the Yellow Pages. So if you set up your own business, or you were looking to get people to be aware of your business, you'd place a big ad in there, or you'd make sure your business was called Aardvark Telecoms or AAA or something like that, so you were listed first. Many of you, probably not the millennials, will remember that wonderful book, Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley, from the great adverts. But it always used to be about web listings, clearly about Yellow Pages. Clearly, it's not anymore. It's very much now about making sure that your business is listed accurately online in various directories. It's not just about SEO, though. It's about making sure that instead of people just hitting your website, that actually that they hit the online directory, so they can access something like Google My Business, and that's where you get the opportunity to call by pressing the button, or hit the directions to go to your location, or see what the opening times are, or what services you offer. More and more now, and I know when I look at my habits when I search, I don't want to go to the website, because most of the time I just want basic information, and it's delivered far better through an online directory like Google My Business or Bing, or even if I'm wanting to go to the location, making sure the sat-nav listing is correct, making sure that your listing is correct in Apple Maps or Uber, both of which you can't update manually, can only be done through an API. And that's exactly how this works. It essentially, we have through web listings, whitelisted APIs into all of the major platforms, over 52 of them, meaning we can publish data directly into them. So those APIs are all pulled back into a single portal, which we make available to you. So what that means is through a single interface, you can update your business, making sure the map's in exactly the right place, making sure your telephone number's correct, making sure all of the details about your business is right, making sure that you've got the right picture of the front door of your office or the logo of your business, rather than maybe a really bad picture that someone took and just happened to upload. Because that, I think, is one of the things you've really got to remember, is a lot of this data is managed in an open source way. So your Google My Business directory listing, which is arguably one of the most important places where people can find you, anybody can feed back and request that that's changed, and lots of people do. Anybody can upload an image of your office. So while you may have taken the time to come up with a lovely image to start off with, somebody else may turn up, take a really bad photo and post it. So it's critical that you have control of these platforms. It's an environment that you've got to be 100% on top of. So we provide that tool to enable you to do it. So that's the web listing tool in terms of an end user pitch. What's happening at a reseller level? Well, I spoke at the beginning about the importance of this digital portfolio, and we've seen a massive increase in people working with us on their digital portfolio. So since we started COVID-19 and this all kicked off, we've seen a 660% increase in web listings just in that couple of months. And to be honest, we weren't doing too badly before that in terms of number of locations. That's not one of those percentage increases where we had 2 and now we've got 11 and we think we're doing really well. We already had a good multi-thousand base of customers on web listings. So 660% increase because people are focusing in on that digital portfolio. And as I said, the digital portfolio, the ability to deliver products digitally, to sell products digitally without having any face-to-face with the customer is so important at the moment. And web listings sits absolutely front and center in as a fantastic product you can add into that. So makes sense from that point of view. And if you think about it from an end user point of view as well, the need to have business continuity at the moment is more important than ever. The need for businesses to be able to manage location changes, opening hours, and much more about their business is really critical, because that shop may longer be open. I was talking to Helen Ed this morning. They were driving in. They wanted to stop off at the PP garage, which is always open early. Went on to Google My Business. It wasn't open, even though on Google My Business it said it was. So all of those things are really important to make sure you've got control of that, because all of the time people are using this data to make decisions many people are adapting and changing their business to be a much more of an online business model. So, pubs used to be somewhere you go to get a drink. Now they're somewhere you go to get a takeaway. You need to be able to amend and adapt your presence online very, very easily. Gyms used to be somewhere you go. Now they're somewhere you log into on Zoom to do a remote exercise class. All of these things, all of this ability to inform the customer about your digital presence is more important than ever before, because if you haven't got a presence digitally, arguably, you're not going to make that adaptation I was talking about right at the beginning in terms of the Darwinism stuff, and you're not going to evolve and continue to win and succeed as a business. I think we're also seeing a huge amount of disruption out there in the market. Because of that huge disruption, end users are searching more than ever before, because the means by which they used to get their service has changed, because that shop's shut, that location isn't available at the moment, the services they offer are different. So this huge amount of disruption that's taking place in business is far greater than ever before. Users are searching more than ever before, and that's why it all comes back to making sure you are top of the search engine rankings, your end users are top of those search engine rankings, and when that disruption takes place, you're able to win new business. So web listings can be really relevant in helping your end users continue to win and continue to secure new customers. And lastly, on this short presentation, I think the message is really about being relevant. It's a great way of supporting your customers and continuing to be more relevant to them than ever during the corona crisis. By providing this software, you're providing them the perfect toolkit to make sure they've got business continuity covered, to make sure they're able to adapt their business to that online and digital presence we talked about. And they're able to take advantage of this disruption in the market and all of that search traffic that's taking place. And it's them that come up as number one, and it's hopefully web listings that will be enabling them to do that. So there's now a 60-day trial available, so you can give this service to your customers free of charge for 60 days if you sign up with us during June. And we can help you get on board really, really quickly and easily. So if you'd like to on board with web listings, contact your account managers, visit our website. You can book a meeting directly through Microsoft Bookings, as I mentioned earlier, by visiting our website and looking at web listings. So thoroughly recommend you do that.